Haliey Welch, aka the Hawk Tuah girl, has been milking her 15 minutes of fame for what feels like slightly more than 15 minutes, at the very least 16 minutes. But it's all come to a head with the news as of this morning that she would be launching a Hawk Tuah cryptocurrency, which if you have any experience with cryptocurrency, you probably know is not a good idea. Hi, Haliey Welch X. My $35,000 that I purchased of Hawk Coin is now only $2,000 after 10 minutes of buying. I'm a huge fan of Hawk Tuah, but you took my life saving. I purchased your coin, Hawk, that you were so excited about with my life savings and children's college education fund as well. You didn't mention that you were gonna buy 97% of the supply and sell it almost immediately to make a large profit. If I had known that information, I would not have purchased your coin. Please help me, or who can I contact for a refund? If not, I will be forced to use legal action. I have bad news for you, bro. Now listen, Haliey Welch, the Hawk Tuah girl, has for the longest part of her career now been sort of speculated to be an okay example of how somebody can milk their 15 minutes of fame on the internet into a profitable career. At the end of the day, I've been trying to do this thing on YouTube for the better part of like 6 years, and I've barely made it happen to watch somebody post one viral clip and then turn it into t-shirts and club appearances for thousands of dollars, to a successful podcast with features like Logan Paul and other people. I haven't watched a single episode, and now to make presumably millions of dollars by rug pulling a cryptocurrency, allegedly. I have to admit, for somebody who's probably going to be irrelevant in a year's time no matter what, it's kind of impressive how much value she's getting out of being famous for 15 minutes.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
Instead of investing in meme coins, why don't you guys invest in gamer subs? Instead of 15% fees on every transaction, you get 10% off with my link in the description, and for every person who buys gamer subs, I will personally spit on that thing. Now listen. It's easy to just dump on somebody who's doing whatever they can to get clout on the internet and turn that into cash, okay? People do that every single day. Maybe none quite as well as the Hawk Tuah girl. Her podcast is frankly hard to watch.
Shitting with Chelsea.
I'm in.
She's Hawk Tuah spit on that thing. I'm Hawk
It's
Tuah
a shit on that thing.
Please get her a hat that says shit on that thing.
But despite the fact that it seems like the podcast is the opposite of something you'd want to listen to, I would argue it's more of a cast pod. It's a shitty joke. The comments underneath the video seem to be wholly positive, incredibly supportive of the fact that Haliey Welch has decided to diversify her talents, as it were, on the internet to bring them something to listen to every day. I'm an 89-year-old gay Holocaust survivor, and after listening to the Talk Tuah podcast, I managed to overcome my past trauma. Thank you, Miss Hawk. How nice. I was a 6-year-old girl with testicular cancer. And I'm on life support, but everything changed when I saw the new Talk Tuah episode drop. I instantly healed and I charged my phone by unplugging my life support ventilator. Ever since I heard this, I have been inspired and am now a trillionaire. I am now a jacked beast of a man. Thank you, Talk Tuah girl. I'm proud of that young girl. Wait. The reality of the situation is that virality on the internet doesn't really mean as much as one might think. It might be impossible to conceive that somebody who is on the tip of everybody's tongue, the talk of the town, for something as viral as, I don't know, the backpack kid or the kid who is yodeling in the Walmart, one would think that those people would be set for life after being featured on mainstream news outlets and on everybody's compilations, on YouTube as reaction images, on your Twitters and in your WhatsApps. You don't know what those kids are up to nowadays. As far as I'm concerned, they might as well have not gone viral in the first place. And outside of very niche examples of people like PewDiePie and MatPat, who have made content on the internet for 10 plus years and are still relevant today, there simply aren't a lot of examples of things like that. And so that brings us to the few examples there are of people who were viral 10 years ago, like Logan Paul and Drew Gooden, who managed to take that success and then turn it into a bustling career God knows how many years later, due to constant effort, work, and milking their talents to be able to produce more and more content to continue to stay on everybody's mind. Haliey Welch is arguably trying to do the same thing. The issue is that there are two routes that you can go between, and one of them is to try to become a proper influencer. Make content that you can make repeatedly and continue to garner an audience that wants to keep watching the stuff that you're doing, like Drew Gooden or Caleb City or any of the other examples of people who you might only know from Vine, who then went on to continue to make great content down the line. But then you have the other side of the coin. People who understand that your time on the internet as the talk of the town is fleeting, is something that is temporary at best, and either don't want to make a career out of being an influencer, or realize that the best thing to do at this point is to collect $1 million and then get the fuck out. Unfortunately for Haliey Welch, unfortunately for the Hawk Tuah meme, it seems as though she's hit the point where she no longer cares about turning this into a career, which was tough to see going forward. I mean, everybody thought the second that she got famous, she would launch an OnlyFans, she would make a bunch of t-shirts, and then you would never hear from her again after collecting a check. Everybody assumed that even though she became super popular from simply one piece of viral content, which must have happened like a year ago at this point, that she was instead trying to take the long haul and try to transition this virality into a proper career as an influencer, as such with her podcast and her repeated appearances on other places of the internet. But all that is to say, it felt so because it felt like she was trying to build an audience online. But when you launch a cryptocurrency, there are literally zero examples of influencers who have made a meme coin that have benefited anybody ever. Let me explain something just in case anybody has any doubt about this. Haliey Welch, the Hawk Tuah girl, is kind of stupid.
Haliey, how's your mom?
My mama a crackhead. You don't want her.
Is she an actual crackhead? Really?
Yeah, I'm a crack baby.
Are you?
Yeah. Why do you think I'm so funny?
Okay, she might be your soulmate.
I promise I mean this in an endearing way. I'm trying to give her a little bit of grace, a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. But she isn't one of these people who got super viral because she's like secretly this mastermind who really understands how to manipulate public perception in a way that takes her to the top of social media, okay? She's not Nikocado Avocado playing on people, watching the fact that he's getting fat. He's not Jay Station or Logan Paul just feeding on the hatred of people on the internet to grow their audience. She isn't any of these things. Her whole character is that she's a little bit dumb, because she's a little bit dumb. I think this is no better amplified, personified. I think this is no better showcased than when her and her team are pressed about this new cryptocurrency launch in a Twitter space by none other than Coffeezilla, who has a little bit of a track record with breaking down shady cryptocurrencies.
This is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
No. That's not true.
That is true. That's a fact.
No, it's not.
Well, it's a fact, and you can see it on chain. So
yeah, we know. We trust me. We were there.
I'm just now having an epiphany that this Hawk Tuah girl's name is Haliey, and she claims that her mother's a crack whore. So she can't be Eminem's daughter, right? Because she's also named Haliey, but no, that would mean her grandma would have to have been Eminem's mom. So no, okay, confirmed. Haliey Welch is not Eminem's daughter, Haliey. Also, I have tried to Google this girl's name like 30 times while recording. I swear to God, this is not how you spell the name Haliey. The L comes before the I. Is this not pronounced Haliey or something? I hate this girl. Coffeezilla makes a few key points when it comes to the introduction of the Hawk coin that is being promoted by the Hawk Tuah girl. Namely, the fact that there were snipers and some insider trading, as well as the fact that there was a 15% transaction fee. I'm sure you're asleep already, but the general consensus is this. There was insider trading, which means there were people who knew that the coin was going to go live and were basically prepared to sell off coins that they had as soon as it went live, the equivalent of selling stocks as soon as you know the price is going to go up, because they didn't care for the longevity of the project, they just wanted to make money. On top of that, there was a 15% transaction fee that evidently raised over $1 million just in fees, which by the tone of Coffeezilla's voice, I guess is a lot, and he's very inquisitive about why the fees are so high, and who it is that is profiting from this $1 million of fees that was raised in the first day that this coin had launched. And I'll save you the trouble of listening to the entire 2-hour Twitter space. Nobody gives a true answer to this. Coffeezilla also claims that there were snipers, which is additional crypto nerd shit that basically means there were some computer-generated bots ready to buy this thing and sell it immediately as soon as it saw the price start to go up and then proceed to go down, basically stating that everything was in play for the price of this thing to plummet immediately after genuine people looking to buy the coin for God knows what reason had dumped their earnest money into it and was then rug pulled. I don't know if that's the exact correct term because the project hasn't disappeared off the face of the earth just yet, but the price plummeted. I am completely under the impression that this is a fake tweet. I'm pretty sure this is a cryptocurrency copy pasta that I have seen in the past, but I cannot find the original for the life of me. But the key thing that you guys should keep in mind here is that Haliey Welch, as the Hawk Tuah girl, although sitting in this Twitter space alongside everybody else, says absolutely nothing for the entire 5 minutes that Coffeezilla is drilling the founder or the owning production team or whomever that made the coin alongside her, partnered with her to turn this thing into a reality, tried to spew back some answers about how it isn't a scam or a rug pull. We do have plans. The price just plummeted because God knows why. There wasn't any insider trading, even though it seems as though there is quite a bit of evidence that there was. Haliey Welch says nothing. And the reality is, like, what would she would have said? She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing up there. She's like Ryan's toy reviews. Like, yeah, he's the face of the company, but he doesn't fucking know anything about it. The sad reality is that Haliey Welch is probably just having her hand held by her advisors around her to try to manage this incredible amount of celebrity status that she effectively garnered overnight at the age of like 21 or 22, according to several different things on the internet. She basically became the most popular face on the internet within 24 hours of doing a little street interview, and then had to somehow find a way to navigate through that space. And for the most part, she did an okay job at it. While everybody was under the impression that the Hawk Tuah meme was just this silly thing that happened online, and this girl just said this funny thing, it was all in a good-natured laugh, and it was kind of funny to say Hawk Tuah, right? And then she made a podcast under Jake Paul's podcast production company called Hawk Tuah, and we all thought that was kind of funny. You know what? God forbid a girl have a little bit of fun. Let her have a podcast. Maybe she earned a little bit more than 15 minutes of fame. She has on some guests. We get some more memes out of photoshopping Kim Jong-un on the Hawk Tuah podcast. It's all hilarious. What's the issue with this? And then, at the advice of probably the people around her, she gets into cryptocurrency. What was probably already a company, a production that had their cryptocurrency ready to go with the intention of rug pulling and scamming people's money, just needed a face for the company. And when Haliey Welch was presumably offered a big chunk of money to just say, hey, buy my Hawk Tuah coin on her Twitter 3 or 4 times and join a couple Twitter spaces, it probably wasn't easy to say no to that money. Arguably, she might have not even known that this was going to be the end result. She was just being told, hey, more cash for you. But now, unfortunate as it is, Haliey Welch and the Hawk Tuah meme joins the long list of people who grew to such virality overnight and were not able to handle the popularity that was bestowed upon them and instead used it for evil. Now the Hawk Tuah meme, the Hawk Tuah podcast, Haliey Welch's entire identity is now shrouded in a little bit of bitterness and darkness with the real legitimate issue of people's money being scammed. I mean, listen, I'm saying scammed because it's like the price went up and then the price went down, which is to be expected out of a project that is effectively just a meme. It doesn't really offer any real value on the blockchain that anything else doesn't. But at the same time, it's almost 2025. If you're buying Hawk Coin with any amount of money that is important to you, you're a fucking idiot. But regardless, her decision to be involved in this project that then ultimately just scammed a bunch of money out of people pretty much immediately just adds to the negativity of the meme. There is no longer a good-natured, happy-go-lucky feeling when saying Hawk Tuah. It is no longer something that you can just be like, yes, girl, go get the bag. This was legitimately a bad move, and it is now added to the list of bad moves that has just continued to teach us. I'm sure nobody will learn anything from this, but should continue to teach us that we should all just be the tiniest bit critical when giving overnight success to random young people on the internet. It never seems to end up going very well. Let's make the Hawk Tuah girl one of the most popular podcasts on the internet. Oh no, she scammed a bunch of money. Let's make this Minecraft dude go viral with the, oh no, the Minecraft guy touched a bunch of kids. Let's stop making random idiots who have done one thing the most famous person on the internet. Let's instead dedicate the most famous person on the internet for people who have worked a little bit more for it. Maybe people that are like 5'9", maybe a little under 200 pounds after losing some weight over the last couple of months. Maybe somebody who recently turned 30 with a nice mocha complexion. I've got one suggestion. Buy Gamer Sups. I don't have any other good investment ideas for it. Just buy Gamer Sups. You can't get better than 10% off. It probably won't rug pull you, and that's a guarantee unless they do it. I don't have any control over that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to subscribe if you want to catch more of my videos in your inbox every week. A big thank you to the patrons scrolling in the back. Thank you so much for making this channel possible, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Hawk Tuah!